Hello, replay watchers. You are who is with me right now. If you don't see a red live box up in this corner over here somewhere, then this is a replay and you've missed the live video, okay? But that's okay because hopefully you've got timestamps in your description box that tell you exactly where your reading is going to be. This live video is going to be a live reading or a psychic forecast and a card reading for the week ahead for each of the 12 zodiac signs grouped by element. Okay, so I'm just cleansing the energy of the space before we jump right in there. Okay, and I do have the order of the signs on the ticker, and we will be closing with 3 group pick a card messages for anyone who's still live or on replay, guys. So I thank you for joining in with me today. I am going to jump into my secondary device so that I can follow along with any comments on Facebook, guys. And let's see. Just give me a moment. Oops. There I am. It seems like sound is probably okay. Is it? Yep. Yes, it is. All right, cool. Okay, guys, I'm so glad to be here with you, no matter how you found me. If you're new to me or new to my page or channel, my name is Heidi. I'm in California in America, and I am offering card readings for the week ahead by zodiac sign. We will be doing one element at a time, and the first group of signs to be read is going to be the water signs. How weird! I wanted to grab a necklace, but I don't have one. All I have is my short necklace here, and I wanted to grab a necklace. That tells me something. Okay. Maybe the water signs feel unprepared, like they really need to I don't know, have a safety blanket or something that they feel like they need to have so that they'll be okay. You know what I mean? And I'm wanting to say, like, life sometimes just flicks you off the edge, forces you off the precipice to do things outside of your comfort zone or in a different way or without those things that you think you need just to prove that you don't really need them. Water sign. That is coming through for the water signs, just real quick. But I do want to welcome you guys. My name is Heidi. I'm in California in America, and I am going to be reading for, as I said, the zodiac signs. Water signs are first: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And then we'll jump in with the fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sag. And then who's next? Let me see. Oh, the earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then we will close with the air signs. We will close the zodiac with the air signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I will do a group pick a card message at the very, very end for anyone who's live or on replay. And I will be getting your vibes from the Doodle Tarot, your vibes for the week ahead, and some what's going on from the Quantum Oracle. Hold on. Additional factor, I'm just going to use my regular old Spirit Speaks playing card deck. And then I'm going to go deeper with each of the individual signs with the teeny tiny tarot deck. So that is going to be the style of the readings today. Water signs for the win. Yes, ma'am. So glad to see that you are here. I thank you for joining in. I do want to let you guys know that I'm aligned with love and light and God, and I'm here of service of the greatest and highest good of all of you guys. So thank you for allowing me to be of service in this way for you. It truly makes all the difference in the world. Now I am going to start shuffling, guys. My energy feels wonky. Hello, how about you? I was late, so now I just want to really jump to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking to the water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Maybe this is your energy that I'm feeling. Whoop, hold on. Your vibes, week ahead, water signs. Got a couple of cards here. I kind of feel something like if the water sign ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Something like that. So some what's going on here for the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Whoa, something jumped around. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting, you guys want a lot of cards. Like there's a lot of cards that are flipping out and trying to jump in and trying to speak to your reading here. And I'm taking note of the message, but I'm not going to give them all to you. Okay. Cause you guys have a big expanded message that wants to come through. Now I'm going to go a little deeper with Cancer here, the teeny tiny tarot. Hold on. Shuffling the teeny tiny tarot deck. It's teeny and tiny, guys. It really is. Cancer. Scorpio. Wow. And Pisces. All right. Now, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, your vibes for the week ahead. You have major arcana number 4, the Emperor, and you also have the 7 of Cups. I feel this is you maybe being set in your ways a little bit, but also being wise and knowledgeable. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason that you've earned your place at the table because you've been through some things and you're not wet behind the ears anymore. You know what I mean? You have things in your life that you must direct and control, and that can give you a sense of importance, right? However, I feel here how you might need to kind of, I feel for the water signs, this is about different options and possibilities. See, I'm the leader and there's a lot of different options and stuff, and I'm not really sure exactly which one's the right one to do. So, the Emperor looks back at his past and his track record and does not make the same mistakes again. In fact, he shows others how to lead as that he moves forward, and that is you, water sign. But he also isn't afraid to like pair up or peer up with other people in order to kind of bounce some ideas off of one another, put the heads together, put the money together, whatever this could be, to hone down the best option. It's not all on your shoulders. And I kind of feel like with these cards that you might feel it to be. Okay. And I must say, we're not all innocent bystanders. Okay. So maybe for some water signs, you're like, yeah, I know. I'm the one who makes the decisions and I know all the right answers, and other people are full of shit, right? But this is kind of a reminder that maybe other people's viewpoint, it does matter, even if you disagree. You don't have to agree, but maybe just to hear people out. You're not always right and you don't know everything. Sometimes the world can surprise you. And I want to say that to the stubborn water sign who feels like they're so in control that they don't need to listen to the opinions of others. Okay. Now, that's not to say that you're easily swayed by others, but to hear other people out, because sometimes, I feel like times are a changing, and sometimes it's important to brush up with the times and the changes, or to at least be aware of those things, not to automatically shut things down just because it's not your way or what you know. That's also what I'm feeling here. Allow yourself to be open. I do feel like, with good reason, the water signs are feeling quite self-righteous because you're rather in tune with your higher self and your spirit. This is the 2 of spirit here, and that's your heart center just a glowing. And this is like divine inspirations that are coming through you, these upgrades, these downloads, these synchronicities, these symbols, the way the universe might speak to you or through you, right? Using your body in whatever these ways might be. I feel you are the Emperor now, and now's the time to trust your gut. Okay. Even when your gut might steer you a certain direction that your logical mind says, oh my gosh, what the heck? But your gut just knows, I really want you to trust your gut because it's your heart that's speaking through your gut. It's your soul and your higher self that's speaking through all of this. Um, Sometimes we don't want to believe something, but we might just have a feeling that that is true. Okay, so water sign, you're the emperor. Trust your feeling, trust your higher guidance, your inner guidance, because it's steering you correctly. So the Seven of Cups is about making a decision and not wanting to be wrong. Okay, so I want to remind you that not making any decision and just staying in that stalemate of which one, I'm not sure is a huge choice not to change a thing at all. Okay, but to stay in that limbo. So a reminder here is that it's better to do something than nothing, out of fear, especially, but also to see how these different options presented in front of you sit in your body. Pretend that you are there, pretend the decision is made, and this is what it is, and then feel into how you feel sitting in your body. I feel like your body will either agree or rebel. And it's up to you to just create that space and to implement the technique to do that, to see how you actually feel about things, because I feel you may be overwhelmed with the choices at large, so you may not actually be sitting with each individual decision to try them on, for instance, to see how that would feel one by one. Now the higher self wants to come in and give you some inklings and inspirations. Maybe you'll get chills and tingles. Maybe you'll throw up. Who knows? A negative response is a no, not a good idea. But a positive, uplifting response would be something that feels good, right? Maybe an avenue to follow. So pay attention to these things. Make space for these things. Higher self wants to come through even more fully in your life. I do feel like you might be the most mature person in your life, or maybe not mature, but well, maybe, but I feel like the furthest along, like maybe on your spiritual journey. I feel like you're a way shower and a pioneer, and you're really trying to do your best, be your best, have a better life. That's why higher self is showing up for you, because maybe the world is not quite on the same level as you just yet. That's what I feel for the water signs, is that you guys are rising to a new level. Don't you worry, because you're grabbing others and you're taking them with you. Okay, but it's just going to take a little bit of a time. That's what the Six of Hearts is. This is about other people coming with you as you grow in your successful endeavors, okay, as you move forward. So taking other people with you, that's why you kind of want to bounce your ideas off of them, or at least get their opinions, right? Hey, friend, family member, loved one, coworker, whoever you are in my life, I have this decision to make, and I'm wondering if you can give me your thoughts, or hey, I'm making this decision for all of us. I feel like some water signs, I am making decisions for all of us. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I'm in charge. I'm doing the damn thing. Okay, maybe other people know of something that could just be the ticket that really ripens up whatever it is that you're working on. So I feel like speaking up, speaking out, connecting with those who are involved, at least, and also maybe connecting with those who you've known a long time to give you their input on the situation this week. Okay, because I really feel also here, this higher self that's coming through you through the connections of people in your life. Maybe you also have some insight or guidance or love, support, comfort that you can offer to your loved ones that are around you, or to people that are in your life. If you have loved ones who live at a distance and you haven't seen them in a while, talk to them a while, like this is the call to give them a call, or to shoot them a line, or to send them a FaceTime, or whatever, to connect, reconnect, because nobody lives forever, and your moments are what you make of it. The relationships are an accumulation of moments. All right. And these moments just slip by left and right. So water signs, I feel like it's time to reconnect with those who matter most to you. But first and foremost, that should be yourself and your own intuition. Now, it's funny, the Six of Hearts is here. You also have a couple of sixes down here. So Cancer, you have the Six of Wands. So Six of Wands is victory. It is greatness, recognition, achievement. So I do feel like you are the one in charge here. You are leading people in a good direction. That is super awesome. So just keep your head on straight. When you're feeling overwhelmed by the options presented in front of you as life unfolds and moves forward, just pray about it. Give it up to God. Don't rush into making any decisions. Okay. But I do feel like anything that you put effort toward is going to be successful at this time. This Six of Wands is an assured victory. Okay. So no matter which decision you make, it's just about what the path is going to look like, not if something is fail or pass, right? It's like all options are good. It just depends on, they're just going to be different. Okay, so don't be afraid to move forward and make a decision, and don't be afraid to take others with you and to speak openly about what it is that's going on and where you're going and how you feel about it. Because as good as it feels to be successful and to feel like you're doing the right things and making the right decisions and going somewhere in life, doesn't it doesn't it feel good? Well, you want people that you love to feel good too, right? So you want to be able to give a little bit of that to them. So opening up and sharing with them as you're making these plans or making these moves, and inspires them and kind of paints a little roadmap of how they could do some things in their lives too if they so choose. So don't be afraid to be an inspiration or a role model, because I feel like you already are, even if you don't know it, Cancer. Now, Scorpio. Scorpio, you got the Six of Swords here. And the Six of Swords is about cutting ties with whatever's holding you back. It's whatever negative energy, putting it behind you, moving away, recognizing these things and moving away from it and no longer letting it harm you. Okay, because you're really willing to take a look and call a spade and no longer let certain things harm your life any longer, right? So that's what I see here is Scorpio is learning from the past and not making the same decisions from their new vantage point. I feel like you are divinely guided. And I want to remind Scorpio that sometimes, hold on, I dropped that. I'll hold it all down. Sometimes life offers us like another loop at lessons. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling here this week for Scorpio. Okay, like Cancer, I was feeling like stand in your power. You know what I mean? Scorpio, I feel like walking away is the ticket. I feel like cutting away, breaking away, leaving a fractured scenario. It's like breaking a generational bond, or not bond. What am I saying here? I feel like you're breaking through something deep, and it's because you're radically stepping away from what you know doesn't work anymore. Okay, especially of the past, and you're willing to look forward to your own bright future instead of listen to the voice of others who want to keep you limited or keep the situation in their own comfort zone rather than you grow and change. And that's what I feel it is. You're growing and changing beyond other people and their limitations of you. And sometimes it hurts because we can't take them with us, but we still must go. So that's what I feel here for Scorpio, is it may be important to cut away, break away, walk away, take a pause, lest you loop back around and be reinvited by the universe to continue experiencing lessons. I feel like it's another loop of the same old thing. Lest you go back and do it again, right? Or else you can wildly break free and into this new other thing, right? And I feel like that's the right answer, and you know what that is in your life for you. So please just be aware of the lessons presented and the way that you feel about it, okay? Because you can clearly feel a reluctance inside, an inner reluctance, when you do not want to be involved with something that presents itself to you. Now, but just because it presents itself to you doesn't mean you have to involve yourself or address it. Okay, I can feel how someone may come to you, Scorpio, this week and be like, oh my God, Scorpio, all kinds of drama, please come help me, save me. Or maybe you've broken up with someone and this week they're trying to reach back to you, right? And you feel, oh man, I'm feeling very guilty. I'm feeling very compelled to buy into this old scenario, play into this old scenario. But inside of myself, I feel this inner resistance. Scorpio, that's what I'm talking about. If you go against that and you throw yourself back in for the sake of whatever other people are saying, you're going against that inner resistance, against that inner knowing, then you're going to be looped back around to those lessons. You're going to learn them harder, deeper, maybe even faster. Okay. However, it's unnecessary because I feel like you're already breaking free. You're just afraid to fully do that, or you're already breaking free. And this is just one last final. Are you sure you're done with this bullshit before it's truly going to be a pattern that's absolved in your history? Okay, that's what I feel for Scorpio. It's huge energy, actually, quite monumental here. And Pisces. Pisces, you got the Nine of Pentacles. This is everyday ho hum. You're a bad bitch or a bad motherfucker energy. Okay, this isn't monumental. This is you've done the damn thing. You know the grind. You put food on the table in your mouth. You make things happen in your life. You always have. You always will. You'll never starve. You'll never go hungry. You'll never go without. I know you're probably like, Heidi, but I was starving. No, I'm really, really saying that you're always ever going to be okay because you're clever, and you're resourceful. And yeah, sometimes times are tough or stressful, right? But you always make it out ahead and on top. And that's what this is about. You are a leader. You know what the right answers are. Sometimes you drag your feet or you have fear because you're afraid to make the wrong choice. But inevitably, you always end up doing rather well and experiencing exactly what the divine has in store for you, sweet Pisces. I feel like you may have some reintroduction of energy trying to rear its head. I want to say rear its ugly head in your life this week, Pisces. And I dare say decline that offer with this Nine of Pentacles. This is reminding you why you're single, why you're alone, and why you're no longer with that company of the past, be it romantic or not. Okay. It could be platonic. It could be family who's like, hey, Pisces, can we come and spend the weekend? We haven't seen you in so long. And remember, we talked about reconnecting with others, but I feel like this is unwelcome. So this is a measure. You, Pisces, take a moment to evaluate and measure where you're at and where they're at and where you used to be potentially when you met on that level with them. Okay, sometimes we grow apart from people and we come back together. It's a resonant energy. It's great. Other times we come back together and it's a dissonant energy. We're just not the same. We just don't really vibe the same. It's different, or maybe that's the same old drama, that I just don't want to be a part of any longer. Okay. So this is a chance to disinvite that pattern from your life as well and to truly step away. This may even have to do with like financials, insecurities, if you will, like really recognizing your maturity here and how you're a much better a more responsible handler of your money or something like this. I feel like you have risen in a sense, and there could be, a chance to loop back around. But spirit and the universe are reminding you that, you have nothing to fear. I just want to remind you right here now that if the worst unthinkable thing happened and you lost every worldly possession and all of your money that you had, and you literally only had clothes on your back, like what in the world did you do? Oh my God. You'd survive. You'd get resourceful. You'd go down to a bank or a shelter or an agency or a friend or a family or something. You'd figure it out. You'd end up getting another place, another space, another job, another car, another house, you'd do it, right? You would. And that is amazing. And there's truly nothing that can keep you down. So I really want to highlight that. You no matter what happens, you'll be fine. There's nothing that ever keeps you down. And so too will you expand and grow to the exact measure of the depths that you've experienced in this life. And I feel like it's been deep and hard at times, but I see and I sense on the horizon, especially for Pisces here, that it's going to get real bright and real good real fast. So allow yourself to grab that with both hands and move forward with it, even if it means leaving other people behind, okay? Because maybe it's not their path to success, but for their part to witness you so that they can find their own way there too. Pisces. That's what I have for the water signs, guys. Thank you, water signs. And look at that. I never put water signs on the screen. I'll get better about it, guys. I will. Fire signs are next. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And it seems like my comments are not great, but that's okay. No big deal. Okay, so sorry, water signs, you're over. Fire signs are going to be next. Here we go. You are welcome. You are welcome. And I wanted to tell you guys, I am trying to save up to buy a little car because I'm in summer semester of school and I need a vehicle to get me to school. So if you're interested in helping me out, I am offering 30-minute private sessions for $50 right now. So if you want to get in with me and help me to stack that cash so that I can get a little car to keep me going back and forth to work, I would really, really appreciate it. So be in my DMs, connect with me. I would love to connect with you and show up in whatever capacity you might need. Again, I'm offering that discount. So please, that's a $15 discount. So if you're looking for a little something that I'm able to offer you, and then I would appreciate it because it would really help me out. I'm $850 shy. I see a car that I would really like to have, and I've got to earn some more money first. So here I am, and I would love to connect with you if you guys are able to help me out with that. I have that in your description box too. I also do have another wellness art workshop coming up, and that's going to be on June 6th. So if you want to anchor in a positive chain of events to manifest in your near future, then feel free to sign up for that workshop. The links are also on my page. Whoa. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, your vibes the week ahead. And what's going on? Not all of this. Hold on. What's going on? Your cards are falling everywhere. That's what's going on. Whoa. It was that one. Did you see it? This one already fell once. It's definitely this one. Okay. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire signs. Additional factor from my regular old Spirit Speaks playing card deck. It's this. Okay. And I'm going to go a little deeper with the individual signs here. Hi, Lorraine Canelos. How you doing, girl? Diana F. Rodriguez is here. Good to see you, sweetheart. You're welcome, Lucy. And Gina's here. Miss Gina's a Leo. Whoop. Okay. Aries, Leo. Wow. And Sagittarius. Boom. Okay. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, your vibes for the week ahead, fire signs. You have the 10 of Swords. And this doesn't look very happy. Blech. That dude looks like he's really been put through the ringer. The taglines here say betrayal, utter defeat, breakdown, and rock bottom. All right. The 10 of Swords can also be about completely severing something and starting anew. Okay. I just can't do that anymore. I'm killing myself trying to work too much. I've got to cut that off. Right. Or I'm hurting myself in this connection or in this other way. And I've got to make it stop. So this 10 of Swords is no going back. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. Right. So I feel here how you may be a little bit pessimistic this week, fire signs. And I don't exactly know why. Maybe you're just exhausted, or maybe in your own individual lives, there are these little teeny tiny severances of energy that are happening that could possibly bring you down. Okay. But what's going on here? You've got the one of consciousness, optimism. So I'm loving this. I feel like keep on keeping on, fire signs, even though times might be stressful, or you may experience some kind of loss or hardship, or that you have to sacrifice or turn the page or whatever this could be. I feel like that what goes around comes around, and that it's only going to be hard for so long, or that this sacrifice is exactly what you need to get ahead in other ways. Like that's what I feel for the fire signs this week. I do want to remind you about keeping good energy management, okay? Because these are two very, very, very different frequencies. And the law of attraction is real. It never ever sleeps, not even when we do. So when we want to manifest optimistic things and positivity and abundance and flow and good things, but we feel like a big pile of dog poop with a bunch of swords in our back, then we're going to manifest and attract in experiences that resonate with this frequency, because this is not real. Okay. So we've got to allow ourselves to put all of those heavy things down and away and truly embody the gratitude that we have for where we're at. Because I want to say to you, like, truly, you've prayed for what you have, right? There was a time in your life when you prayed for whatever luxuries you may have right now, your car, your house, your spouse, your children, your job. Like, there are things, there's at least one thing that you can grab a hold of and go, you know what? I am fucking grateful, truly grateful, right? Even if maybe I'm sad sometimes, or I miss things that I've lost, or I feel really tired, like I'm not sure if I can keep moving forward, but I keep a smile on my face. I keep moving forward. Yes, good things are coming. So prepare yourself energetically and release the heavy feelings that might arise, okay? Whether these are conscious thoughts or feelings or sensations, like, play with the energy, put it all down your grounding cords, give it all to God in whatever way is right for you. And that's going to help you shift, to solidify the shift from this kind of oppressed energy to this kind of an expansive and ready to receive energy. And I want to remind you, fire signs, that what goes around truly does come around. So the Six of Diamonds is here. And this is about generosity and kindness and fair and equal balance, give and exchange. This is about knowing that the world is not against you, that what goes around comes around, and you deserve your fair share. You've done enough good works out in the world that you deserve a kind hand, a gentle hand, a helping hand. And it's okay to receive that, especially when you feel like this. So maybe this is a chapter. You know what? No more getting used, abused, kicked around. Maybe I'm done being a victim. Maybe I'm done. That old version of me is gone. It's dead. I can't do it anymore. And now I'm opening myself up to a bright future. I love this for you. A future where people take you seriously and where people don't take advantage of you. I love this for you, fire sign. So make yourself available, prime your energy. Like I said, they keep bringing me to this, that God puts angels on earth in human form to see what we'll do in certain situations. And so far you've passed with flying colors, but I feel there to be another something to come about in the near future where you may be presented with that opportunity again to help someone, just a kindness with no expectation of return, but it's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you in a very real, tangible way. So I encourage you not to become bitter or to allow yourself to become jaded by the stuff that you might hear or see or feel or experience. The price of sensitivity is sensitivity, and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes the feelings are overwhelming. Life's too much, right? But I feel how you can roll with the punches and right into the next flow of energy. Hi, Carla Trousdale. Good to see you, darling. Hello, Scylla Hicks. Welcome in, guys. So good to see you guys here. So I'm going to go a little deeper now with Aries. Aries, you've got the Two of Cups. Now we might be talking about romance, partnership. Hey, girl. Wow. Thank you so much for those stars. See, it shows me here, but not there. Thank you. I received 1 penny per star and they all add up and they help me to pay for my fees, my bills and things. So thank you so much, Carla Trousdale. You're awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Honey, down here in the corner somewhere, guys, I know I'm stopping mid-script. There's a subscribe button. If you feel like you don't see me and you want to see me more often, I meet with my subscribers twice a week in our private group. We do readings and teachings, live video like this. And then we also meet on Zoom just to hang out. And if you want to connect with me on the deeper level and the rest of the subscribers, they're really cool group of women, then please, down here in the corner, click the flag with the heart on it, click the chain link, click to subscribe. It costs $10 to be in there all month long, and you can cancel anytime. Okay, but if you want to connect, I would love to have you, because I see your names and I miss you guys, and I would love to see you more frequently. And that's where you can always find me, Mondays and Saturdays. Now, Aries, you've got the Two of Cups here. Two of Cups can be about romantic partnership, okay? It could potentially be about other important relationships in your life, like, your boss or someone really important to you, like your mom or your child or a best friend. But it could be a romantic partner. And this Ten of Swords can be about an ending. So I see Aries could potentially have had a breakup of sorts or a severing of some kind here and a complete turning over of a new leaf. This optimism is like, I'm hopeful for the future because I'm cutting that away out of the past. The Six of Diamonds might even have to do about money. Okay. So maybe I'm not loaning money to people close to me anymore because I've learned my lesson here. I've been stabbed in the back too many times and I ain't doing it. Right. Or maybe I've been betrayed in other ways in the matters of the heart, or where I should be able to pour into others, they're pouring into me. Okay. And whatever reason, something has happened to shift this entirely, but you, whew, look at that. I'm releasing energy now, but you are really feeling hopeful about the new chapter. And I want to say with good reason, just make sure you hold your standards and your healthy boundaries. That way you maintain that positive up leveling of energy. All right. Aries, that's what I have for Aries. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Good to see you. And yes, join the Cool Kids Club. If you want to join the Cool Kids Club, we are there down in the corner, the flag with the heart, the chain link. Subscribe to my page. Join the Cool Kids Club. The water signs were first, sweetheart. So you can catch that on the replay. And the timestamps will be there as soon as I can add them later tonight. But the water signs were first, darling. Leo, you've got the Two of Pentacles here. So Two of Pentacles, that's funny. Aries got the Two of Cups. Leo got the Two of Pentacles. It's funny that there's a couple of twos here, this or that, right? This is juggling extra things so that you can try to make ends meet, this and that, trying to get another job or to do more than you can possibly do. I feel like it's finally time to put one thing down and to focus on the one that's going to work, and I feel like that's here with mindfulness for Leo, because Two of Pentacles is like a physical, tangible, like money, property, health. It's something that I can touch, okay, in my life, but I have the chance here to expand and grow, but that means that I have to sacrifice what's pulling me away from that growth and expansion, okay? So what is preventing me from truly growing? I feel like you know exactly what it is, Leo. And that's why it's dead, done, and over with for you. You're like, aha, I can't do it anymore. I don't care. I'm ready to turn over a new leaf. I'm ready to face forward. I'm ready to make this happen in my life. And I'm going to do it mindfully and I'm going to do it wisely. And I'm not going to do it by betraying myself. Okay, that's what I feel here. And I feel like it's definitely beautiful. So no more overworked and underpaid. I feel like you're just going to, like the tortoise and the hare, the slow and steady wins the race. And you're going to maintain the status quo for the week ahead. I love this for you because you're determined. I feel like Leo specifically is very determined to start this new chapter with this optimistic energy. And that is going to reward you with experiences that are going to match that. So make sure that you're embodying the energy fully, okay? And Sagittarius. So Sag, everybody else kind of got a this or that kind of scenario a little bit. You've got the Queen of Cups here. I feel like you're grown and you're experienced. And you've seen it all, That's what I feel about this Queen of Cups, looking very wise, and those big eyes that are unresponsive. Like, I don't have to react, but that doesn't mean that I don't know. That's what I feel for Sagittarius here. I sense a very quiet slipping away here, which you may not, this is what I feel for Sagittarius, is that you already feel or sense or see something, but you might not have the cause to think about it. But inside of yourself, like, that's it. That's the truth. I saw this. I know this. I don't have to tell everyone. I don't have to make a big old stink about it. I know within myself, and I know what I'm going to do with this information. And that is just enough. All right. That is enough for me to remove its power over me. That's what I feel for Sag, is that you are grown. You're no longer going to be a doormat, a victim. You're not going to let people use your emotions against you any longer. You have seen this for what it is, and you're putting your foot down, and you're able to detach yourself from whatever that emotional intensity of the situation might have been, so that you can see clearly your place, which is, I feel like, at an elevated stature of that. Okay, so it's like this Six of Diamonds says when you play into that low vibe, immature energy, that's when you get more of the same. But Sagittarius, you're the Queen of Cups. Do you see that you can't be bothered with that shit? So don't allow yourself to be bothered. Continue facing forward on what you have going on and quit buying into other people's stuff. Okay? Because it's kind of like side noise that you don't have to turn and focus on and pay attention to, but for some reason you find that you do. So Spirit is offering you here the chance to witness this within yourself, to make that courageous decision to pull away when you know this is happening, and to focus on your path ahead and watch how things change. Watch how the scenery and the environment changes. I really feel a lot of growth and enrichment and joy as soon as you shift that focus. Right now you've been like listening in to other people for quite some time, and it's time to say, hey man, who are you anyway? Like, why do I even care? Okay, that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. That's what I have for the fire signs. Thank you, fire signs. Thank you. Awesome. Yes, the timestamps will be available on the replay, guys. Once I jump in here and figure them out, I will post them in for you. And the earth signs are going to be next: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I do thank you guys for joining in with me. Now, remember, I'm offering 30-minute private sessions for $50 right now. So if you wanted to message me directly, I can connect with you after the live to get you on my calendar for that session. I thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. And thank you for those stars, Lorraine. I was just saying that I do receive 1 penny per star. They all add up and they help me to pay for my internet fees and this kind of thing. So thank you so much for that donation. It really, truly does make all the difference. I'm a single mom. I don't have another job. I'm a full-time college student. And so your stars, your donations, when you book a session, all of this helps me to make ends meet in my house. And now, like I said, I'm trying to buy a car so that I can get back and forth safely to college, because my truck is giving me issues and I can't afford to fix it really. So I'm hoping to do this instead. So if you guys are able to help me out, thanks a lot. If not, share the live out. Maybe a friend of a friend wants a reading because they love their zodiac forecast. Who knows? All right, where are we at now? Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You ready for this? I'm an earth sign. I'm preparing myself. Let's change my caption. Wow, good job. Okay, earth signs, your vibes week ahead. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What's going on? Additional factor. Whoa. Let's go, Virgos. Yes. Okay, Taurus, a little deeper from the teeny tiny tarot deck for Taurus, please. Whoa. Virgo. Whoa, in the light. Capricorn. All right. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, your vibes for the week ahead. You've got the Seven of Swords. So the taglines on this say deceit, theft, scammer, and cheating. I don't think earth signs are doing these things, but you might be, okay, because we're not all innocent bystanders, right? But you might also be dealing with this kind of an energy in your life. I don't want to predict bullshit, okay? There's a whole other message that might also apply or might apply instead for those of you who don't resonate with some shenanigans going on for the week ahead. However, this is just a reminder to the earth signs. I see this guy wearing a mask here, and trying to get away with all the things that he's taken off with, so pay attention to you, your motives, if you're being yourself, if you're really showing up in the ways that you desire to, or if you're putting on some kind of facade for others just so that you can, get whatever you need from the circle or the group. That never serves anyone. And in fact, it's kind of a disservice to the self when we disown ourselves in that ways, because we cannot show up as our true self. In fact, we're masking ourselves for the group, the crowd, the event, whatever, right? So, earth signs, I feel like it's important to check yourself, your motives and intentions this week, but also that of those around you, because you may be dealing with others who aren't coming from a place of honesty and integrity. Now, I also want to say that the traditional Seven of Swords in the Rider-Waite Tarot illustrates, well, I guess this is illustrating a similar concept, but it doesn't really drive home the same point. So, the individual on the card is actually stealing the swords from the neighboring army so that they cannot attack them, and there will be no fight. Okay, so this card could indicate doing things in an unconventional way so that you can get finally receive results, or get the results that you desire to receive, because as of yet you haven't been able to do that. So maybe you've been kind of beating your head against the wall about how to get something done, how to do something, earth sign, and as of yet you're not seeing that result. So this is a reminder or a call to you to think outside the box, to get creative, maybe to go outside of your comfort zone, because there may be a total different way of doing things that you have not yet considered that could really, like, that's the ticket. Like, once you find that thing, like kaboom, all of a sudden now you're there. All this time you've been struggling to connect the dot, and if you could just connect this one little piece, you wouldn't have the struggle that you've been having. But as of yet, you've been trying to do the same old thing the same old way and hoping that it's going to give you different results, but in fact it's not. So, again, looking at this authentically, what am I trying to achieve? How am I trying to go about this? I feel oftentimes it's not that we don't know about this alternate solution, it's that we don't want to do it. We're like, oh, hell no, F that thing. I don't want to, or it's too hard, or yeah, later, 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 but then you never find the time. Okay. So it's almost like you know what you need to do, but you're dragging your feet on doing it, for whatever these reasons are. And that's the exact resistance that's preventing you from propelling into the success that you desire. Okay. That's the exact thing that is holding you back from whatever it is that you desire to receive. With the Five of Consciousness, a consciousness of lack. So this is what's going on this week. All right. And this is feeling like there's just not enough. Maybe there's not enough time. Maybe there's not enough money. Maybe there's not enough of you to go around. Maybe there's not enough love in your life with a stone heart here. Maybe there's a heavy burden that is weighing you down. And it's hard to think creatively or outside the box when you're feeling slightly oppressed. So I feel here how some earth signs might be tempted to, do something, like, I know I'm saying unconditional, non-traditional. You might be tempted to break the rules or the law even to fix the situation here. And that is where we all have our own paths and journeys. Okay. And I'm not your mom or your boss, but I do see how there may be a challenge ahead this week, but it's how you approach the challenge. Where are you coming from here? Are you coming from this consciousness of lack where there's not enough of anything to go around? You could never have enough anyway. The whole world is against you. No one's on your side and you'll never make it. And when you feel like you're coming from that place, then that's exactly where you're headed. So earth signs, it's about shaking up that energy and recognizing the world is not against you. And yeah, maybe you don't have that dream car or dream house or dream life just yet, but you're never going to get there with that shitty, gritty attitude, because the person who has that stuff doesn't embody that kind of tense energy. So I'm really cluing in on the energetics here. It's time to be playful, to be lighthearted, because the version of you, that has all your dreams come true, that is truly happy, is high vibe. Is it not? And so the further you are from that high vibe, the further you are from that happiness, those dreams, those goals. So playing with the energetics of the scenario. And I really feel how, if you are tired of the lack, then it's time to bite the bullet, swallow your pride, step outside that comfort zone, do that unthinkable thing that you don't want to have to do. But maybe that's exactly what you're supposed to do so that you can get ahead here and beyond all of this. Again, unconventional is coming to the surface here. Earth signs, you got the Ace of Clubs. And this is rather self-explanatory. This is about just taking the action. The Ace is the first, the one pioneer, the way shower. The Ace, the club, is the action. It's the wand. Passing that wand, passing that baton. You are the grown-up in your life. You are the one who makes things happen or doesn't. I need to say something here to the earth signs, that in order to better your life, you must actively put effort towards creating a better life, towards making it better. But in order to ruin your life, all you have to do is stop maintaining it. You hear what I'm saying? Neglect can ruin things quicker than you would imagine. So I feel here how neglecting certain things or just procrastinating, like all of that is causing suffrage in your life that you don't necessarily need. So taking the action, any action, and even if you're afraid it's the wrong action, well, if it is the wrong action, then what's going to happen? You fail, you waste your time, you learn something different about what you don't like, and then you try some other way, right? It's the dance of life here. And I feel like you're honing down the right steps to take. But what's important is that you do take this step, that you do move. It's no longer a strategic intellectual game. It's no longer about my head and what it should look like and where I should go or it's about putting your feet to the pavement and actually putting some effort and action behind the thoughts, behind the words. Now, Taurus, you've got the Five of Swords here. And the Five of Swords can be depression. It can be challenging thoughts, negativity, a challenging headspace, being down in the dumps, this kind of thing. I mean, it really does look a lot like this. They are the same card, the Five of Consciousness and the Five of Swords. So this is like, I'm gloomy and I'm doomy and I don't even know why, and maybe you do know why. Maybe life is hard and that's why you're down in the dumps, and that makes sense. But how long are you going to stay down before you decide to do things differently, take some actions, make some changes? Even if you change nothing except for you start going to the park and spending 10 minutes out in the sunshine every day. Because it feels good. Because it's conducive to your well-being and your balance. Like these kinds of little things that you can plug in to change your energy truly do make a big difference. So I feel here, Taurus, how it's important to decide again and not just be a victim of your feelings or your circumstances. Sometimes we can forget that we are in control of our headspace. Sometimes we can forget that we are not our thoughts and that our thoughts aren't necessarily true. The head can say things to us or keep us in a certain state of being that is just not right. I feel how Taurus has the chance to see outside of themselves what exactly they're doing to kick themselves while they're down, of sorts, something like this. And seeing that is the advantage that you have to then shift and change something. Go have a coffee, go have a smoke if that's what you do, rather than sit in the energy of a pessimistic headspace where you're feeling down in the dumps. I also need to say that I am not a medical doctor of anything at all, but sometimes we do need medical intervention. Our physical bodies are designed for this 3D physical dimension, and sometimes we need medications to help us balance things out. And I'm not saying that you do, but you might, or you might need some kind of a therapy, some kind of counseling or support, just another third party unbiased to just emotionally vomit on and let all that stuff out and go. And if it's not a clinical medical kind of thing, or if you're not up for that, Taurus, then maybe a written purge where you can really release all the stuff that's burdening you and weighing you down. Okay, because I feel like it's not just from now, but right now might be triggering this. Maybe it's a certain time of year, or maybe you're just kind of feeling it pushing in on you at this time. However, there's the opportunity to bring it to the surface, let it have its moment, identify with the compassion for the yourself, because you're the one who should have the most compassion for yourself. You know what you've been through, and allow yourself to have that moment and hold that space. A lot of times these feelings, they won't leave us. We can't put them to rest because they just want their moment and their time. But we've shushed them our whole life. Shush, I don't allow myself to feel this way. Or I keep it alive because this seems to be the circumstance. I really feel how there are challenging emotions that we sometimes can just keep alive. Okay, but we don't necessarily want them to stick around, but they just keep showing up. So let's invite them in just for a moment in the safety of our own solitude, if this is a healthy way of releasing, right? We allow ourselves to cry for ourselves or feel deeply for ourselves. We let that emotion come through. And we write about whatever the circumstances are that are triggering to us, that are pushing these buttons, the way that we feel. We write. And then we burn those papers, shred those papers, tear those papers into a million pieces and get rid of them and get all of that out of the heart, out of the auric field. To make some kind of peace, to release that energy in an actionable way, in a tangible way, but also to give it that moment. Do you see how we gave it its space first? We didn't just say, shush, shush, go away. We had to give it its space. We had to see it for what it was. We had to feel it and feel for it. And then once that had run its course and exhausted itself, then we could truly burn it, shred it, put it down. That's what I feel for you, Taurus. I feel like if you can do that kind of a real big release, maybe you can let go of some of those challenging energy patterns in your life. Like the people who want to steal from you or lie to you or use you. It's not like you're a magnet for bad people. It's just that you has as of yet tolerated this kind of thing or been learning lessons around this kind of thing. And until you can successfully navigate those lessons in a different way, you're going to keep seeing them. And that means sometimes it hurts. Sometimes we've got to pull away from situations or people that continually hurt us. Why? Because that's how you begin to heal. I see the sewing needles here. Like there are a lot of wounds that need stitched up, but they're not going to heal if they keep being reopened. And sometimes that's you reopening wounds inside of yourself because you haven't found this resolution. It's time to tend to those wounds and to baby yourself and to coddle yourself and to let yourself begin to heal, Taurus. Virgo. Whoa. So Virgo, you have the Nine of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords is a challenging card as well. This is a card about sleepless nights, nightmares, frustrations. It could be depression, even mental anguish. I really feel like this Nine of Swords is about not being afraid to go really deep, not being afraid to get emotional. I feel how it's calling for something more of yourself than you've been willing to give. That's why you are still feeling this consciousness of lack in some area of your life, Virgo. So you're like, I'm doing everything I can. But in fact, there is that other thing that you really haven't done yet, right? And maybe because it requires more of you than you have yet to give. But instead, you're going to have to step outside your comfort zone and start dancing to a whole new tune in order to play that new game that fills this void that you feel you're lacking. It's a new step in a new direction of which you maybe have not even tried out yet. You don't even know what it looks like or how to do it, or if you could even pull it off, right? That's what this nine, I feel like this Nine of Swords is like the frustration of, I feel like it's a breaking point of frustration. You know what? I don't care if this is going to work or not. I got to do something different. I need to make something different happen here. So I'm going to try things wildly, see what sticks on the wall, and anything that frustrates me or pulls me away or riles me up, it's not worth my time. It's not worth my energy. I must focus. And I also feel that, there's an aspect here of emotional depth that you have to offer a certain situation or a friend or something, Virgo. I feel like it's these emotions, it's Nine of Swords, it's challenging emotions, and it's not all for nothing. In fact, it's with value. So those challenging emotions, the depth that you can find there is rich and it's rewarding, okay? And somehow imparting that to others or being there in that capacity for those around you, it's not weak and it's not vulnerable. It's strength, and it's being present and allowing others to feel supported and seen. Okay, even if maybe you still have problems and have other things going on in your life, you can put on that mask and show up for them and try to be present for other people in your life without bringing them down and without feeling like a victim yourself. That's what I feel here for Virgo. Rolling with the punches. Now, Capricorn, you've got the Four of Pentacles here. So the Four of Pentacles is about saving money and just being a little bit more miserly, right? And more frugal, paying attention to these kinds of things. And that's probably where this consciousness of lack is talking about. Like I'm feeling like I don't have enough to go around, or maybe I can't even experience joy. I feel like some Capricorns are having to maybe cut off, like, say, fun money. You know what I mean? Like crafting event or dance lessons or some kind of thing, supplies that you would really like to have. And I want to remind you that this is just for now. Sometimes we've got to shift our priorities for a temporary goal. Okay. And that's what I feel this kind of is. So don't let a temporary shift in stature or state of being or this temporary shift in the way that things are due to the goals that you're trying to reach. Okay, that's what I feel here for Capricorn. Don't let it feel like it's the all and the everything and the forever, because it's not. It's definitely not a forever thing, but if you are diligent and mindful and I feel like you're going to start doing things differently, moving in new ways, and it's going to benefit you greatly. But at first it's hard. At first it seems like a sacrifice. At first it seems like, oh man, what did I sign up for? But remind yourself that you want to be proud of yourself tomorrow. So tomorrow I want to be proud of what I did today. So today I'm doing the hard stuff. Today I'm making the hard sacrifices, and I'm doing all the hard work that I can so that tomorrow it's a little easier, and I'm glad that I did. And those tomorrows are all going to build upon one another, Capricorn, until you are somewhere way different, doing something way else that is totally not this. All right. Because you are rolling through a series of lessons at this time. Okay. And so don't cling to any of this as a long-term state of being. This is not your life. This is just how things are right now. Capricorn. And that is what I have for the earth signs. Thank you, earth signs. And the last group of signs to be read is going to be the air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel like doing things differently than others helps you stand apart. Earth signs, air signs, whoever needs to hear that. Oh, look at that. I'm fully charged. Cool. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, air signs, your vibes the week ahead. Oh, hold on a sec. You are welcome, Miss Thing. Plugging in my computer. Sorry, guys. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Hi, Derry Pierce. Heart of my hearts, girl. Good to see you, my friend. Okay, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Nice. Your vibes. And what's going on? Let's get it. Whoa, that's too many. What's going on for the air signs? Loving it. Additional factor. Thank you for tapping the thumbs and tapping the hearts. You guys are super awesome. Whoops. What am I doing? Dropping things. Okay, and I'm going a little deeper now with Gemini. That's a cool card. And Libra. Wow. Funny. And Aquarius. Whoa. Aquarius. Interesting. Okay. Hi, Michelle Scott. Good to see you. And I want to remind all my friends that I'm doing 30-minute private sessions for $50 right now. If you DM me directly to get in that, to get on my calendar for that, as I'm trying to buy a vehicle. My truck needs repairs and it's not really worth it to repair the truck. So I'm trying to buy a little car that's good on gas so I can get to and from school. And if you wanted to get on my calendar to help me make that a reality, I would be super duper grateful. So message me directly. I would appreciate that. I'm here for you guys. And without further ado, my air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, your vibes for the week ahead. You have a major arcana card, number 3, the Empress. Now, 3 is the number of the catalyst for the changes that we are making in our lives. It's the number of co-creation and collaboration with others. And the Empress, being a major arcana card, is like major happenings in your life, okay? And this is a major period or chapter or time of you feeling like a nurturing, creative individual. You are giving and loving and in a state of, maybe you're taking care of others or just taking great care of yourself. I feel like it's important to call attention to her pregnant belly here, which could indicate, pregnancy or, being fertile, maybe wanting to have kids or something like this. I mean, we're all on our own journeys, and some people desire to, grow their families. And maybe that is where you are. Maybe that's what you're up to, but it doesn't have to be about procreating. It can be about what you're giving back to the world. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you have some kind of a bar or a club or a personal business, an entrepreneurship. What do you have going on that's within you that you want to give out to the world? Because we're all here for some special reason, even if it's not a profound, life-altering thing, right? But it's what you have to show up with at the table. You know what I mean? And I feel like you might see this opportunity this week, right? So air signs, what's going on? You've got the 4 of energy, true love. Now, the Empress being here and the true love being here does really speak about fertility and romance, even potentially. But I want to say, like, if you'll notice, yeah, true love is here, but she's looking in a mirror. Hello. Because you don't need a partner to feel loved or to love yourself. And in fact, when you can get to a state of being where you love yourself, who you are, what you're up to, when you can love yourself that way, so too does the world. because you have boundaries around anything that's less than that. It keeps it out. So if you're attempting to manifest relationships that are healthy, then keep treating yourself right. Loving yourself. Don't slight yourself. Don't skip your meals. Don't tell yourself to hush up with the backache and keep pushing on. Because would you tell a friend that? Would you tell a loved one that? Then don't tell yourself that. It's time to nurture yourself and coddle yourself and care for yourself the way that you deserve to be cared for. And that is going to attract in the same kinds of relationships that mirror that energy. Air signs. So recognize the positive relationships that you have in your life and be grateful for them and spend time with them and do for those people if that's what you feel like you want to do. That's what I see here with the King of Diamonds. The King of Diamonds is about stability in a physical, tangible, or even a financial way. So the king is a master of the finances, the physical structure, the routine, maybe even the money as well. The king could be retired, right? I'm stable. I've got it all figured out. I've got a little nest egg put away. I know my routine. And maybe I desire now to give back to others, to give back to something that I love, to people that I love. I want to care for other people. I want to dote on other people. I want to spend my money or my time or my efforts even in ways that create a more beautiful life for me, for myself, and for people that I care about, right? This is beautiful. This is not selfish at all. This is beautiful energy. This is maturity, right? And I want to say again, I default to whatever you leave to neglect ultimately turns to disrepair. So I feel you putting energy towards keeping your life maintained, your lifestyle maintained, making it better for you, for others. And that's a beautiful thing. That's wisdom, that's maturity, that's experience. So don't feel selfish about it, because our kind empathic natures want to go, oh, I'm so selfish because I'm not suffering like everyone else. Or I really feel that's the big thing. Maybe there is someone in your life who is the perpetual victim, who always has to outdo everyone, and you feel bad to grow, to be happy, to change, to shift. And I'm really drawn in here to how do you get ahead by focusing on you, because you're the most important person in your life. Without you, there's nothing. And if you feel like crap, then everything you touch is going to have a crappy imprint all day, right? But if you feel really good, then everything you're involved in is going to feel pretty good all day. And that begets more of the same. Now, Gemini, you know, the Queen of Wands. So I want to remind you, look at that headdress. I love this card. How cute is this? I want to remind you of how powerful you are. The Queen of Wands is seen. The Queen of Wands is commanding. The Queen of Wands energy is persuasive, and she moves the room. People want to be around her like a moth to a flame. See how even that little bug is right there on the back? Like, I just want to be close to you. I just love your energy. I just want to be near you. I just want to be around, because you're beaming this loving signal. You have this Empress caretaker energy. You probably are willing and able to help others, even those who are financially struggling. And that does make you an appealing, attractive person. I do want to remind you that that's not all you have to offer. Sometimes we identify with the way we can help bail people out of their problems, and then we kind of feel like that's all we can give them. And I want to remind you that even if you couldn't solve all the problems or loan all the monies or whatever this is for you, Gemini, that you would still be a person of value that deserve to be included in any table. All right. I really feel how you need to hear that and know that, because you may not realize the depth of value that you embody. I can feel how you're like, all I am is an ATM for some people, right? And I want to say that might be how you perceive it when you're feeling lack or when you're feeling slighted. But the truth is that your energy is magnetic, and that people desire to be around you. And maybe that is why you want to help them in these ways, but that's That's not the only reason they flock to you. Now, that doesn't say not to have healthy boundaries around your money management, et cetera, et cetera. And I feel like you do. For the most part, you do. It's totally up to you. Okay. Nobody's trying to use you, but you want to love people. You want to give. You want everyone to be happy. But what about you? I just want to make sure that you recognize that you too can splurge on yourself. You can spend that extra money on yourself. If somebody came to you right now with a problem, said, "Oh my God, Gemini, please, I have this horrible problem and I need you to drop everything." And you go, "I can sell this or whatever to give you the shirt off my back." You feel me here, but for yourself, you go, "Nah, I could go without it. Forget it. I don't need it that bad. I can suffer in silence. I don't need it." But in fact, it's time for you to need. It's time for you to want. It's time for you to desire. It's time for you to have. And stop holding things back from yourself. Gemini, the universe wants you to have. So now's the time to carve out your piece of the pie. That's what I have for Gemini. And yes, Libra's right now. Keith, Libra's right now. Libra. So Libra, I'm loving the Queen of Cups that you have here. The Queen of Cups is a loving and giving and caring and nurturing individual. And so is the Empress. Like, this is double loving and giving and caring and nurturing individual. And I do feel like some Libras, might really feel themselves and want to give the love and feel stable and all these things. And that's great. That's wonderful. I feel a lot of beauty in these cards. I want to remind you that love is stable and love feels good and lessons hurt. I feel like Libra is almost floating on a pink cloud this week. I feel like you have, all your ducks in a row, and you're seeing things pretty clearly and you're optimistic. And I really feel like that's great. So embrace that and enjoy that. Don't wait for the other shoe to drop, just be grateful for the smooth, easy times. Be grateful for the love, be grateful for the chance to be present with people who matter to you. I feel a lot of positive flow in that card for Libra. Beautiful. Okay, Aquarius now. Aquarius, you also have major arcana number 3, the Empress, the 4 of energy, true love, and the King of Diamonds. So your cards here are number 4, the Emperor. So how crazy is this? You have divine counterparts, Aquarius. So you have the Empress up here and the Emperor down here for you. So this truly could be a true love connection, a true love match that Aquarius is stumbling across or dealing with this week in this King of Diamonds fashion, where I am wanting to take care of someone or wanting to see things all the way through in the long term. This is longevity and this is growth and this is stability in this card here. So don't be afraid to speak that out. If that's what you feel and it feels sure and it's coming from within you and this is what I want to do, then it's aligned. Your intuition already knows. That's what this other one is. It's number 2, the High Priestess. These are all major arcana cards, but major arcana number 2, High Priestess, is about your intuition. It's about nobody else can tell you something that clashes with what you know, because when you know, and you can't be swayed. So I feel here how, Aquarius, you're having some epiphanies this week, or you're really feeling things with depth. You're seeing things very clearly with the Emperor. You're not afraid to make big moves. You're not just deferring to being receptive or waiting for someone to be willing. I really feel like you are moving forward and charging ahead with an actionable plan to make something bigger and grander in your life. And it's all led intuitively. So trust your intuition, because when you're coming from that place of love and you're feeling like you're in the flow and you're feeling your high vibe and dynamic energy, this is going to be something that grows and becomes stable and is long lasting in your life and in the lives of those that you care about and those that you're leading by example. Also here, Aquarius, that's what I feel for you. So don't be afraid to make big moves, big decisions. Why play small? Go big or go home. That's what I feel here, because luck is definitely on your side. Love it. Love it. Love it. That is what I have for the air signs today. Thank you, air signs. And those are our last group of signs to be read today, guys. So we are going to be doing a group pick a card message. Let me just get my ducks in order with that. Oh, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do these Quantum Oracle cards. I like these cards. Let's do it. 1, 2, or 3, guys. Let's get these. Anyone who's live or on replay, pick your card and message. It's going to be 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, and 3. You're welcome. When you love what you're doing, it's like illuminating and expansive. Being in that state of energy, it propels you even further. So I love that for the air signs there. Okay, 1, 2, or 3, guys. Anybody else feeling duffed like me? I just feel a little, I'm glad Monday's coming to a close. I got to go to school tomorrow. I'm having trouble with my computer programming and my brain is mush, so I need somebody to help me in person. And that's going to be great. So if you guys wanted to help me buy a car, book a session, message me directly after the live is over. I do appreciate you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate you guys joining in. My links are in your description box. And if you were drawn to pick number 1, wow, look at this. Can I punctuate this message any deeper? Floor of energy, true love. Hello. I was just saying, when you're coming from a place of love, hello, that's the kind of energy you're manifesting yourself into, right? And when you're doing things that you love, you lose time. Thank you. I appreciate all the support. Abby, you're the best. Thank you so much. So yeah, for those who are drawn to pick number 1, this is a reminder to come back to yourself, to be in the flow of positive things. I really feel like good use of your time that feels good, rather than obligating yourself to reluctant use of your time because you feel like it's the right thing to do. Maybe you have other people who are putting a lot of stuff on your shoulders. I feel how, that's taking something from you, and enough's enough. It's time to start taking it back and not giving so much of yourself away, coming back to yourself and embodying the kind of energy that makes your life worth living again. Maybe picking up some hobbies, some activities, things you've put aside and that you would like to pick up again. That's what I feel for number 1 is this is going to reinvigorate your energy. As of yet, you may have felt rather stretched thin, but that's because you're putting other people before yourself. Whoa. If you were drawn to pick number 2, check it out. You've got the 3 of intention behind a mask. Okay. So I feel if you were drawn to pick this card here, that this is a reminder that nobody knows what's going on inside of you unless you actually tell them and say that. So like whether you're nervous or angry or upset or whatever, like nobody knows that unless you say, oh my God, I'm so upset. You wouldn't believe this, blah, 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 because you have this mask on. You have this poker face. That's what I want to remind you of. Number 2 is that you have a lot going on inside of you and you don't always have to share that with everyone else. And it's not able to be read on your face like the way that you might think. You might go, oh my God, everybody knows that I'm embarrassed, or everybody knows that I'm going through a rough patch, or everybody knows. And therefore, what do those things do? We psych ourselves out. We don't want to show up if we can't show up authentic. We feel like we have to mock ourselves up somehow. And I want to say to you that you don't, and that no one knows what's going on inside of you, and you can show them or share with them what is comfortable for you within your own limits. Number 2, you don't have to be an open book. In fact, when someone asks you something, knows a complete sentence, you don't ever have to even expand upon that. But we feel like we have to, right? our social niceties and all that. Number two, no more social niceties. I feel like keeping things contained and presenting yourself in the way that you want to come across is a skill and a strength that you have and you possess. Number two. All right. Lorraine says, your spot on purity of our messages is why I love having this group and you. Oh, Lorraine, I love you too, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys always supporting me and hanging out with me and showing up week in and week out with me. It really does make all the difference in my life. So thank you so much. Now, for those who were drawn to pick number 3, wow, we've seen this earlier. See, the energy patterns can hit us all, guys. It's the 5 of consciousness, the consciousness of lack. How funny. Again, this reminds me of like that gloomy, doomy, pessimistic vibe. Like, oh my gosh, life's so hard. It's raining outside and the weather's shit. And I stepped in poop and my bank account's overdrawn. And like things just keep piling on top of one another. And sometimes you have to go, geez, this heavy energy that I feel pressing in on me, what does it really do? It just presses on me and it feels uncomfortable and I don't like it. But feelings change and shift. And I really feel how it's important to say what you focus on grows and expands in your life. So if you're feeling like you don't have enough or like everyone's against you, you need to mother yourself or father yourself or parent yourself with the truth to say there's more than enough to go around. I know this because I can see out in the world that others are plentiful, right? Even if I feel something's lacking, it is out there for me. I must line myself up with it and the actions that take me there, right? It's there. But as long as you just count yourself out, then you're not even open to the possibility of remedying the situation. And that is what you may be missing out on here if you were drawn to pick number 3. Sometimes we just feel a victim of our circumstances and we don't realize that sometimes that's a blessing so that we may get more resourceful or creative or take a new path altogether that is plentiful and bountiful and exactly what we needed. But we sit here way too long and go, why me? Why this? Why? The question is not why. The question is, what are you going to do next? Number 3. And that is what I have for us today. I thank you guys so much for sitting with me. If you want to connect with me on a deeper level, message me directly, or the links are in your description box, I believe, around here somewhere. And I am going to be adding the timestamps in the description box. That's what's going to be there, guys. So I thank you again, and I send you all the love and all the blessings. Good night, guys.